what decision changed your life?
There's just two of them, so that I was thinking of. So I think I already told you about one before. I think you asked me similar questions before, didn't you?
I'm not sure. I asked you financial ones and
Okay.
about like the American dream and stuff.
Yeah, and I think I talked about my college education. So
Yeah.
I think for this one I'm going to talk about, I decided to take belly dance lessons.
That's cool.
Okay, so
Mm.
yeah, that was in, I think it was like 1985.
Oh wow. You've been doing it for a long time?
Yeah, it might have been 84.
Okay.
Okay, so um,
And like what led up to you making that decision?
well, my dad was a musician in the Golden Toads
Mhm.
band, which used to play at the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, okay. So it kind of like fit with his theme a little bit.
Well, they had belly dancers that would play, that would also be performing on the same stage.
Yeah.
And the Golden Toads also had a belly dancer named Lori.
So you're like
So I really liked belly dancing. I was, when I was a little girl, and my mother didn't think it was appropriate for little girls to learn how to belly dance.
yeah.
Um, but Lori, the one in the Golden Toads, um, they were all kind of part of this hippie group. They all drove around in bread trucks and
Yeah.
lived up in a commune in Cloverdale and stuff. And
Mhm.
sometimes they would all park in my backyard. And anyway, Lori gave me my first cymbals when I was still a
Oh.
little girl. Because she knew I wanted a belly dance, so she gave me some cymbals. So I had that, but it wasn't until years later where I saw the belly dance classes
Mhm.
in the recreation and parks department
Yeah.
there. So I started taking classes from a lady named Farasha,
Mhm.
and so that's how I ended up getting interested in belly dance.
That's cool. So like when you made that like final decision being like, okay, I want to get into this, were you like nervous or were you like excited?
I was excited.
Yeah, cuz you're like you wanted to do it for so long that you're like, oh, I finally get to.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't know that people considered belly dancing like a sexual thing before. Like, because I kind of grew up around it as well a little bit. And so, like, I didn't realize it was considered like kind of a sexual thing until I got older. And I was like, oh, yeah, my grandma's like, she does belly dancing. They're like, what? That's kind of weird. I'm like, what? It's just
well,
dancing.
that's a big problem actually, because when I first started taking, I've never thought of it as
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. It's
and
just like,
a lot of belly dancers do not feel like it is that.
mm-hmm.
There are some that sexualize it, but
It's
there was a
also
really big
like,
hurdle to get over even when I started belly dancing, is because people would think, oh, you're like a stripper or something. It's
oh,
like, it's not the same thing at all.
yeah, it's like,
This is not.
it's like beautiful movement of like the body in a way where it like almost makes you look like a snake, like
Yeah,
in
I
a
mean,
way.
there's lots of different interpretations, but it wasn't had nothing to do with being a sexual dance, at least for
Yeah.
me and a lot of other people,
Mm-hmm.
and it created a stigma so
Yeah.
that people looked down on belly dancing. So a lot of us really fought hard to try to get through and away from that stigma, but that didn't last,
Mm-hmm.
and probably in the last 10 to 15 years, it's gotten resexualized again.
That's so strange because it's like also I've seen it in like different cultures as well too, and so it's like people sexualizing cultures as well, and I'm like, all right, guys. There's
Yeah, and
like
really,
there's
there's different kinds of people and different
yeah.
ways of doing things. And you really have to look at the dance itself,
Yep.
you know,
Mhm.
and how what's being conveyed in the dance and who the audience is.
Yeah.
When I
Definitely.
used to dance at dance shows and stuff, we're all women
Mhm.
and we're not being sexual.
Yeah.
We're having fun being women.
Right?
And, you know, it had nothing to do with being sexual.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. How how did your life change like after doing belly dancing and stuff?
well, I made a lot of friends.
Mhm.
And most of them actually, I don't have a huge amount of friends, but I do know a lot of belly dancers.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of fits you into this crowd, right?
Mhm.
That's my crowd, right?
Yeah.
And I was able to I I explored making costumes and sewing and
Oh
all that
yeah.
because of the
Mhm.
belly dance. And you know, one of my good friends, Marilyn, I met her in my first class with Farasha
Oh, yeah.
in 1984. Yeah, you know the one with
Yeah.
the crystal ball thing
Mhm.
and the I met her. I remember the day I met her because it was in class. She walked up. She goes, "Hi, I'm Marilyn."
Mhm. You're like, "All right."
Uh, anyway,
Yeah.
and so we've been dancing for years, and I've got many fond memories, and I feel it's kept me healthier and younger and stronger than if I hadn't done it.
Yeah. Cuz it's
You
definitely
know,
like core muscle as well.
yeah, and it motivates you to move in the
Mhm.
dance, especially if you're getting ready for a show, just like,
Yeah.
when you're getting ready for theater, you're doing it over and over and over
Yeah.
again, trying to refine it and make it right, so you don't make a mistake. And
Yeah, it's also like good for your like mental and like spiritual health too because it's a lot of like concentration as well on like what you're
yeah,
moving to.
and it's creative. It's a creative part that I think I like the most about belly dance.
Yeah.
For to create the movements that really show the music, because a
Mhm.
lot of people aren't really familiar with Middle Eastern music.
Yeah.
And through the dance, you can kind of create a picture of what that is. It kind of conveys it of what your thoughts are about it to the audience,
Mhm.
through the movement and through the dance. So
Yeah.
through that and creating the costumes, creating the dance, creating all of that stuff is just probably my favorite part about it.
Yeah, cuz you get to like see it up on stage and like portray it's like it's an art form, you know.
Yeah,
And
you know,
it's a really cool one.
and a lot of people don't embrace it as much.
Mhm.
And Marilyn and I have made a million costumes, and
Yeah.
because every show was really special to us, and we always made these really elaborate costumes and tried to have that feeling and convey this whole thing. But not everybody was that way. A lot of people just, didn't really care what they wore, or
Mhm.
just buy whatever's on the rack and
Yeah.
wear it every time or something. But
Mhm. Totally.
we were always into making a really cool show, really creative and just being something that we felt good about.
Yeah.
Um,
So like what advice would you give like others like I don't know if it's like in just in general or about belly dancing or both.
exploring your interests and follow your heart.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't chase down my interests, that would be a whole part of my life that never happened.
Yeah. You definitely are like my little hippie grandma, huh? So that like you deciding to join doing belly dancing changed your life, meaning like you made like a bunch of connections and stuff, right?
I made connections. I got healthier. I was
Better,
able
yeah.
to explore many creative options. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I even have a few paintings with me in it.
Yeah,
That would have
that
never happened if I hadn't explored belly dance.
yeah.
And it was just a hobby thing. I just thought, oh, I want to learn to dance. I've always wanted to learn to dance.
Mhm.
You know,
Do you still do it?
I haven't done it. I haven't performed it in 5 years, but I
Mhm.
have danced here and there.
Yeah.
But I haven't been actively dancing much since COVID happened.
Yeah, it kind of
Because
messed up a lot of stuff.
yeah, it did, and it made a lot of changes, and then I gained some weight, and then my knees were hurting, and I thought, well,
Mm.
I need to lose some weight before I start dancing again.
Mhm.
So right now I've been trying to lose weight last few months.
Mm.
But there's a lot of in belly dance. There's a lot of knee action.
Yeah. I don't think I could
It's,
do it because of that.
well, maybe that would actually help your knees. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. My grandma, she belly dances. It's not sexual. It's actually really
You want
cool.
a picture of my painting?
Yeah, that would be really cool, actually.
When
I could. That'd be really cool.
what?
That'd be really cool. So then maybe they can get somewhat of a visual too.
I got one that's really quirky.
Mhm.
That Marilyn's husband painted, because he was an artist.
Yeah.
And it shows everybody's emotions. And I look terrified. And then, because I was always nervous.
Oh.
Not as nervous as the painting.
You're like, is that how I look?
Right.
You're like,
Marilyn hated her lips in it. She was like, because it looks like a beak.
oh my
Anyway,
gosh.
but it's kind of a fun painting, and
Yeah.
he sold paintings. I mean, he was an actual artist that sold paintings, so
Yeah.
it was.
Mhm.
I have that one, and then when I was doing a show in Martinez, there was an artist there, selling her paintings.
Mhm.
And lo and behold, she was painting a picture of me when I was dancing.
What? You're like, hey, that's me.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
She painted a picture of me when I was dancing,
Mhm.
and there was a lady that was making a book about the event, and she took a picture of the lady painting me dancing.
Oh.
And then the book has all of that in it, so it's kind of just an interesting thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll send you these in case you want to use
Yeah,
them.
you can send me like a bunch and like I'll get started on this assignment. This will be definitely a fun one.
Well, good luck with all of that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you telling me the little story of how you did.
I think that was a good one, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely. I think it was a lot better than you telling me about you going to college.
College was fun too. But
yeah.
This is more exciting.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody else's grandma does belly dance. Unless they do, and I got someone to compete with.
That's right.
No, my grandma's better. She probably dances better than yours. Okay.